Bandits tried to pull me over, and then there's like guys hanging off their car, the truck full of guys. They all have machine guns.
Oh my God.
And I thought,
I'm done.
My truck's probably faster than yours.
Oh, so you got... Of course it was faster.
So I just gunned it.
Were they shooting at you?
Yes. They shot at me. My stuff had bullet holes.
Alright guys, welcome back to our show. I've got Dr. Jesse Haggard here, and today we're going to be talking about how to flee the country. I'm just kidding, but kind of, sort of. Anyways, Jesse, let's get back to you. I'm excited to hear about this story. I want to know how you started from the very beginning, from leaving here to getting to Costa Rica.
Yeah. So after I figured out...
That was a long pause.
There was a lot... Well, it was a real long pause when it happened. I was recommended to leave the country and buy myself some time and make sure I had...
Well, how much time are we talking?
Well, I didn't know how long it was going to take.
Interesting.
I mean, I knew it was a lot of data. I mean...
You want to prove your case. It makes sense.
I mean, I didn't know how long the book was going to be. It ends up being 144 pages. I fled the country to organize my data for my case against the DEA and the medical board.
Yes.
And then after I did all that and sent it to my attorney, I thought, I have enough organized information, I think, to write a good book.
So this book has got to be good. I got to read it.
It was definitely ahead of its time. And I think that that's true because there's no book like it in that time period. And yet, like I said in the other video, pretty much everything that I claimed that most likely was happening, even though I didn't have the data at the time, but I was observant clinically. I was seeing the results of my patients. I wasn't seeing the problems that everybody said most likely I would have. And it all came true. I mean, now we've had, again, the best evidence, randomized controlled trials on all the topics that I've talked about that were really controversial in here. I do talk about other concepts about like oral steroids, like oxandrolone and a few other things, but it's all been supported with whatever data's been there. But the biggest thing is cardiovascular disease and prostate cancer. So when I first got this idea where, wow, I need to defend myself. And again, my attorney said, well, how confident are you? I said, really confident. And so...
How did you, let me ask you this. You were out of the country, correct?
No, so at this point, I'm preparing to leave the country.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what do I need to do? So
were you scared? I bet you were fucking scared to death.
Oh, I'm totally scared. I'm like, man, I don't want to go to jail for 44 years or whatever the heck they were talking about on...
This is what your lawyer told you?
Yeah, he said, they have 37 allegations against you, and if you go to jail, you do like 44 years in prison.
Yep, I would have just stayed in the country, honestly.
I mean, a different country.
Yeah, not here. I would have stayed in a different country. Yeah, I would never want to come back. So that's pretty ballsy you came back, right?
Well, my intention was just to buy me time so that I could prove my innocence. I felt very strongly about what I was doing was a good thing. I felt like I was helping people, and especially when I was seeing patients that said, you know, I talked to my doctor about testosterone and, you know, they just said they weren't comfortable prescribing it. And then I had done my own research on the internet and it seemed like, and I knew a friend or whatever the case may be. And then they couldn't find doctors to do it. And I think that's why my practice exploded so fast because
you were really helping people.
I was willing to take a chance and it was working, and every time it worked, more patients talked to other patients and then they just kept referring patients to me. So I thought, okay, what do I need to do this? And I thought, you know, there's a lot of research out there but not as much as I needed, so I thought I'm going to supply it with my own patient data. So I had an elaborate electronic medical record system, more advanced than anybody I knew. I actually wrote part of the program myself. So I bought the program and then I enhanced it to keep track of other statistics and other metrics. By the way, since then, I've written 4 electronic medical record programs. Like, I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah.
So, okay, I need my patient data. So I went to my office. I got all the patient data out of my servers because, again, I had 2 offices.
You're trying to figure out what to pack and bring to do your studies.
But then I had 2 other doctors working for me at the time. But I got all their data too because I taught them what to do. And I assumed, and I wasn't keeping track of their data at the time, but I assumed that they had similar results. And then also, I also wanted to double check.
Did they have similar results?
Well, I didn't know at the time.
Okay.
So I said, I told my attorney, I said, look, I just need time. And plus I have 2 other doctors that work for me. And we met like every 1 to 2 weeks and discussed cases. And it seemed like they were getting the same results I was getting based on the discussions. But it didn't go like fully into every case.
Did they get in trouble like you did?
They did. But
did they flee the country too?
They did not.
Did they go to jail?
They did not.
Interesting. So you had to probably take their shit too, huh? Like you got busted for their stuff because you're the main doctor, right?
I was the main doctor.
Okay.
And I was the one that taught them how to do it. And somehow that didn't have the same consequence. And plus, I had been doing this during the Jose Canseco time, and they had not.
Okay.
So they had done this later, where this was Operation Witch Doctor, like WHICH type thing with the DEA and the FDA. These are the things I heard from other law enforcement people. Never saw it really on the news or anything. But when that all came down and I decided, you know what, I am going to leave the country. I'm going to buy myself some time. I believe in myself. I believe in what I was doing. So I went to my office, I grabbed all the patient data, then I took copies of it and left the country. In my research, quick research, the closest country that didn't have extradition laws was Costa Rica.
Okay, so now I've got lots of questions.
Hence, that's just like your mug. That's why I grabbed this one today.
Well, and like I said, if you need to know anything, I can teach you anything. I went to Harvard. But no, back to you. I'm sorry. I just had to be a little silly. But anyways, so you went to Costa Rica. So now I've got a lot of questions. Clearly, you couldn't fly there.
Couldn't fly there.
Okay. Clearly, you had to drive there. Now, to get to Costa Rica, I know you got to get through Mexico. And I know there are some fucked up parts of Mexico. So please explain to me what you went through. I'm sure you went through some shit.
Yeah, I did a bunch of research, and again, I didn't have a lot of time, and there was limited research on the internet on people driving all the way through Mexico. Mexico is really big. It's really a long path to go from the U.S. to Guatemala.
But were there nice parts of Mexico? When you went through good parts and bad parts, I'm sure.
Mexico's beautiful, but my research suggested that the safest route was to follow the coastline, which is also the slowest route.
But it's the safest from like cartels and stuff like that?
Well, for Americans.
Okay.
Because local communities on the coastlines are used to seeing Americans.
Yeah, because that's where they go visit. Yeah. So you just took the beach all the way down to Costa?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that was kind of a cool sightseeing. But you weren't worried about that.
Yeah, beautiful stuff.
So you started from Guadalajara?
No, so, you got to cross the border first.
Okay, so what border did you cross over? Was it Rocky Point? Was it?
Yes, Puerto Penasco.
Puerto Penasco.
The same border you'd go to Puerto Penasco.
Okay.
And then I went down that border, and then from there, after I crossed the border, then I just kept traveling.
Well, tell me what country, what down the coastline. Tell me each one, and tell me how long you stayed in what place for.
There's not really big cities on the coastline.
Is it just big hotels and resorts?
No.
Well, I know in some parts, I'm thinking
there's a few, but there wasn't a lot.
So is this, you felt kind of lonely by yourself, just driving the coast all the way down?
Yeah, just trying to survive each time, and then of course my truck was fully loaded with all my servers and everything else. Yeah. I was super worried. I just needed to make sure I had my stuff with me and all my information.
Okay, so what I want to know is when you went down the coastline, I want you to tell me, of course you're going to tell me each country or each state you went through in Mexico. I want you to explain to me the dangerous ones, the scary ones, the beautiful ones. I want to know your experience going down, because I'm sure I'd get the shit scared of me if I had to do that by myself. So I could just imagine what you went through. So please tell me.
The whole journey took 9 days.
Okay.
So I went through Mexico, and again, I followed the coast all the way. And honestly, that was a very good strategy, except for a couple places there were bandits. And if I could do it all over again, I would have driven the worst car I could find. I would have traded my truck in, because I had a nice truck.
So you wanted a ghetto vehicle to drive?
A VW bus would be the vehicle of choice, I think, to go all the way down if you're going to try to make this drive.
So what happened when the bandits, what country was that where the bandits hit you up at? Or state?
Yeah.
In Mexico.
That was in El Salvador and Honduras. Bandits tried to pull me over, and then there's guys hanging off their car, the truck full of guys. They all have machine guns.
Oh my God.
And I thought,
I'm done.
My truck's probably faster than yours.
Oh, so you go. Of course it was faster.
So I just gunned it.
Were they shooting at you?
Yes. They shot at me. My stuff had bullet holes. Luckily, I had some extra racks, and my truck was like fully loaded.
Good.
I was driving an.
Did you have any guns or anything with you to like?
No, you're not allowed to carry guns through.
But Honduras can. But they. Oh,
yeah, these are like bandits.
Like pirate kind of people.
Yes, like they're not supposed to have. Like
Yeah.
you can't have a gun in Mexico if you're a tourist. You're not allowed to do that.
That is insane. I'd still have to carry a gun. I mean, So when you got there, so you escaped. How many people were chasing you?
I got attacked by bandits 3 times.
So you were chased 3 different times?
Three different times in 2 different countries.
So in El Salvador, I heard that's like a really scary country to go
El Salvador, you should be afraid. You should definitely take some precautions there. Honduras as well.
Well, what was more scary, El Salvador? Because what you could have done is passed El Salvador and went around her.
I was trying to stay with the coastline.
Yeah.
And again, that worked out really well. It worked out really well. And on average, there's money on the coastline all the way down.
Yeah.
Or people are used to seeing money. So I had a decent truck at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a little flashy, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, especially for that area. I mean, I had an Avalanche with a 6-inch body lift and 35-inch tires.
So you look at me. So look,
Well, the good news is when I got chased, I mean, I had this thing full throttle and I'm jumping dirt roads and doing all kinds of stuff. And that's why I said, I think my truck will be faster than theirs. There's no way. I mean, they had these like little Toyota trucks or something.
Yeah, with machine guns on the top.
Yeah,
right?
but
like in the movies.
Like in the movie. It was totally like in the movies. But
at least you escaped.
But I mean, I was able to like jump stuff that they couldn't follow, and I outran them because of, I think, the suspension that I had.
Good. Now I have a question because I'm looking. I see El Salvador and I see there's a Gulf. So you had to drive all the way around that whole Gulf.
Yeah.
And that's why you had to cross in Honduras. And I see in Honduras, like, you didn't go through the whole country, you went on the coastline.
Correct.
So
I was only in Honduras a little bit.
It looks like you did El Salvador for a while.
Yep.
El Salvador was a couple days?
Yeah, so it was 3 days through Mexico specifically, I remember. I did Guatemala in a day and a half, maybe 2 days. El Salvador, a day and a half or 2 days. Honduras was pretty fast. And then that Nicaragua stint was big.
Was Nicaragua, was that a scary one? Or was that more relaxed?
Nicaragua is a beautiful country.
It is?
It's beautiful. It's the only issue I have with it is it's really not maintained.
So it's beautiful, but it's dirty.
Well, the cities are like 100 years old or so.
Oh, so it's like
they haven't seen a paint job in 20, 30 years.
And then the ocean and all that breeze, probably the moss on the buildings and stuff.
But Nicaragua is beautiful. Like, there's...
Would you visit it? Would you go there would you recommend it for someone to go visit? Like me. Would I like it? No, he's laughing.
I wouldn't recommend visiting it where at least I went. And there's...
Well, on the coastline would probably be the best spot to go visit.
Yeah, there's this amazingly large lake there. I mean, the lake is so big, and I had to do some research on it. But there's actually sharks in the lake.
Well, yeah, you could see where it is. Yeah, right in there.
Yeah.
Close to, what is that, Managua?
Yeah. And you're going down the coastline, and it's a real small strip of land.
I see. And then so you went on that strip of land to get through Costa Rica. You didn't go around that lake. You went through.
Okay, I was trying to stay on the coast.
So you went around the Gulf, and then you finally got to Nicaragua, and you went down that whole coast on that little strip, that little line. Okay.
Yeah, but that lake is crazy. Like, I've never been to a lake like that.
So it was like.
So I stopped by the lake.
Oh, you hung out by the lake a little bit?
Well, I just wanted to check it out. So I stopped by the lake, and there's actual ocean-sized waves in the lake.
Now, did it taste like salt water?
No, it's a freshwater lake.
Interesting. Well, it looks like the ocean is kind of like...
Yeah, right? It's not connected, but there are sharks in that lake. They've never been to the bottom of that lake.
Oh, so
certain parts are like, they've never been to the bottom.
Deep as hell?
Yeah.
Interesting. And so what kind of sharks? Like great whites or like...
I don't know what kind of sharks. I just knew I wasn't going to go out too far past the time.
Well, if you see waves, that's close to ocean, and I don't go.
Well, it's just such a big lake that the moon, I guess, affects it to make waves.
Well, look at that, though. It is like if you just look at it, if it's on the map and it's that big, you could clearly...
It's a big lake.
That's like as big as Arizona. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It's almost as big as El Salvador.
I know, it's big. It's a big lake.
So then, when you finally got through Nicaragua, I can't even say the word right now. Nicaragua. Nicaragua, I can't say the word. Anyways, when you got past there and you got to Costa Rica, were you like, ah.
Oh my God.
Was Costa Rica scary? Was there anything out there you had to be worried about?
When I first got into Costa Rica, there was this crazy rainstorm.
Like hurricane?
No, just a rainstorm.
Okay.
But I was driving on all dirt roads. So it was
muddy
lucky that I had a lifted truck with big tires.
So wait, where in Costa Rica did you stay? Because I see it like has like a little boot looking thing. And then it goes all the way around. Like, did you go far down, like close to San Jose, Costa Rica?
No, I went the other direction.
So were you in like that little, like, kind of like...
At the very tip of that little boot is a biological reserve. So I thought that would be a good place to go hide. And hopefully, if somebody wanted to come get me, they'd have to put some work in to come find me.
Dr. Haggard's kind of a gangster, huh?
So I went to the biological peninsula.
Was it pretty there?
It's gorgeous.
Was it clean? Was it...
It's super clean, tons of farms. They're actually like naturally just growing food because they didn't demolish it. And
no pesticides and all that nasty shit.
Yeah, they didn't do anything.
Just all that. So when you were there, were you like totally off the grid, like in a tent or what?
No, I rented a house and...
You must have paid cash, I'm sure.
I did. I actually took a bunch of cash with me and I was afraid.
So really, no credit cards, no debit cards. How much cash did you bring?
20 grand.
For 2 years?
So it lasted almost 2 years, yeah.
Is it expensive in Costa Rica?
It's not. At the time it wasn't. I mean, this is in 2008 to 2000.
Is like the Philippines cheap? Or is it like...
No, it's not that cheap.
Okay, so...
But it's in between.
Did you like watch your money spend? Did you make any money out there? Did you do anything to hustle or...
I did not make any money there. I actually struggled on that one. I really thought I would be able to make some money on the side somewhere. And I just didn't. Because the first year I was there, all I did was work on this book.
Yeah.
And the reason I worked on this book was because...
But were you working on the book or your research to beat this court case?
I was working on the research to beat the court case. But then after so long, I thought... Wow, I think I have enough to make a book out of this just because there's no other books like this.
Yeah.
No one's talking about these topics. No one's put it all together. I felt like I was the first person on the planet to put all of these things together that, wow, this doesn't matter, this doesn't matter, this doesn't matter, this doesn't matter. But what matters is testosterone is a super effective and safe medicine. That's basically what the book says. It gives you all the science for it.
I just still can't believe it's crazy. You had to flee the country because you're helping people. Like, to fathom even that just is insane.
I felt that way too. I mean, but like I said, the reason I fled, and yes, I know it was illegal and I shouldn't have done it according to the government.
Yeah,
but I also felt that the government shouldn't have come after me for the science.
Helping people.
Because everything was about politics. This whole thing all comes back down to Jose Canseco about steroids in the locker room and inequalities in sports, which that's its own topic.
We'll get into that on another one. We'll talk about that.
When I got to where I was going, because I rented a place before I got there. And when I actually got to the place, when I got out, it had been 9 days and it was raining like hell. And I just couldn't believe I made it. I was like, wow, I got chased by bandits. It's been 9 days.
Crazy storms, Gilligan Island style.
I mean, the whole thing was crazy. And I jumped out of the truck and just like hit my knees oh my goodness, I can't believe I made it.
I have a question now because I know this is in there. So when you made it there, after the 2 years, did you do that same drive back home or did you fly?
I flew back home.
Did you leave your truck there or how did you do that? Or sold it to someone?
I left the truck there.
Okay, so you get there, you're like hallelujah on your knees in that white, beautiful sand with the blue ocean, and then what?
Then I just went full-fledged, like my whole priority every day was to work on my case.
Okay,
to get all my stuff in a row, and I hit the ground running. I mean, I was working on this thing 10 to 12 hours a day.
So let's end it right there, you guys. On our next episode, we are going to talk about everything that he did, the research he did, and what was next. Stay tuned, and we'll see you on our next show.
Follow my podcast on drjessehaggard.com.